So hello guys, today I'll be sharing with you some apps that I use for productivity on my iPad. And anyways, look at this cool iPad case that Moth sent over. I'll be talking about it throughout the whole video, so let's start.
What the dog doing?
So let's start with my first app recommendation. Also, do note that these are the apps I use all the time. Some apps are free and some apps are need to be paid for. Goodnotes is a note-taking app that I love to use, and I frequently use this during my foundation studies on art. Over here, I switched the Moth folio to another angle which is more suitable for writing. Goodnotes is an app that I used to use during my foundation studies, and now I still do, but I use it for creating mood board design and also to go through some lecture notes. This is an app perfect for high schoolers and people who want to go paperless. I also have tried digital journaling on Goodnotes, which is very convenient, and you save a lot of time and space on paper journals, stickers, and also washi tapes when you can just crop images out and they look just as good as a physical journal. But unfortunately, I'm not very consistent with it. It didn't take me long to slack off and call it a day with the journal, so yeah. The app itself and the user experience is amazing. You get to adjust your pen sizes and ink colors up to your liking. The Apple Pencil also glides very smoothly onto the screen. For people who do lots of note-taking, you can highlight over text, and it actually looks very realistic, just like how you use a pen and a highlight pen as well. And not only that, you can also draw these shapes and they automatically turn into actual shapes. You can also insert images, move them around anywhere, delete them, remove them, or crop them.
What the dog doing?
This is a feature that I don't get to use often as I major in design, but you can do your own set of study flashcards on the app and carry on the go with you. But I do heard that Goodnotes 6 is coming and they want like a paid subscription. But I remember paying 40 ringgit for Goodnotes for a lifetime plan, and now they are upgrading into Goodnotes 6, which requires another separate payment, which is a big no for me. But if you have the chance to use Goodnotes 5, I highly recommend you to. But if Goodnotes 6 sounds like a nice option or a nice upgrade with you, do go with it because it's up to personal preference, and this is not sponsored. I genuinely love the app and find it very useful throughout my studies. The Apple Notes app is also in the list. I mean, it is just very practical to use on a daily basis. I set reminders, to-do lists, or type out my 3 a.m. thoughts and feelings in here. I also like their feature with the iPhone where you can just copy and paste any text or any links together just via Bluetooth. Let's also take a minute to talk about today's sponsor, which is Moth. The Snap Float Folio is a magnetic iPad case with 3 adjustable angles, and it is made out of vegan leather and it is scratch resistant. Here is the first angle I'd like to show, which is the floating mode. The stand is super sturdy and strong, so no worries about your iPad falling off, and it matches to your eye level so your neck doesn't sore easily. Talking about eye level, putting the iPad on floating mode beside my laptop makes multitasking easier, and I love watching YouTube videos while I edit my rough cuts, and this relieves so much of my neck pain and I love it. The next one is their 20-degree angle, which is perfect for writing. I love drawing and writing on this mode. It is super comfortable and has this tilted part where my arm could rest while holding the pencil. The last one is the 75-degree mode, and I love using this for a night Netflix and chill. The Float Folio is compatible with the Snap Stand and the Snap Case, which are very lightweight. There's also this magnetic pencil holder which you can just snap on to your iPad, and your pencil can charge immediately, which I love. Thank you Moth for being today's sponsor, and use my code for a discount off on Moth's website. Thank you! And let's jump back to my video. The next app is an app that I used all the time when I was in high school. This is Forest, and it is a digital study timer where you get to plant a tree on your dashboard when you successfully reach the study duration you set yourself. There's also a strict mode where you can turn on, and your iPad will limit you from opening other apps during your study time to avoid distractions. Once you have successfully planted a tree, it always feels like a reward or a sort of accomplishment where you have done something. I think there's an app where it encourages productivity and also just to motivate you throughout your whole study process. And if you fail to do so, your tree will wilt, and I think this is a great app to train your focus and to keep you disciplined. The next app is Google Classroom. I think this only makes sense if your school actively uses Google Classrooms, and with all the written deadlines, I think it pushes me more to complete things faster. Let's also talk about financial management. I use Fendi to track down all my expenses. I randomly found this through the App Store, and with Fendi you can upload pictures of food or anything you bought to help you remember your expenses a little better. And I find this little detail very helpful, which is the yesterday button. I tend to write down my expenses the day after, so it is a very helpful button, and I use it on my phone as well. Notion is also an excellent app to track down your expenses, but other than that, you can use it to manage or plan out your life easier on screen. But yeah, I remember talking about Notion before and how I always have a new dashboard for every year, and here's my 2023 one, which I did not do a video on, but I think it's cute. It does help me plan out my life easier on screen. The next one is an app that takes up so much of my screen time during finals week, and that is Procreate. Procreate is a drawing app which I use to doodle on my thumbnails and to do my assignments. I recently used the Procreate animation feature to draw and render my motion graphics video. This is a must-have for design and illustration students. I think it's worth the money, and you can do almost anything here, like literally anything. The creativity is up to you. You can edit some photos here. You can also play around with typography. There's just a lot to explore. Xiaohongsu is an app I scroll through every day, and if you don't know or haven't heard of what Xiaohongsu is, it is an app that is like Pinterest but in Chinese, and I also find it more interactive. I find a lot of clothing inspo or graphic design inspo here the most. Last but not least is Pinterest. I post on Pinterest too, so follow me there. Realistically speaking, these are the apps I go through every day. It may not be for everyone, but these are the apps that I find the most useful throughout my studies and personal life. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!